Hello Lower Phase and welcome to our Lower Phase Assembly for this week. This is Mrs Leben speaking. It was formerly Miss Potts, but as lots of you know, I got married over the Christmas holiday, so my new name is Mrs Leben. So, first of all, we're going to think about which zone we're in today to start our learning. Now, currently, I'm feeling in the blue zone here. I'm moving very slowly. Being a Monday morning, I'm extremely tired. And if I scroll down, I can see some hints here that may be able to help me and wake me back up to get me into that green zone so that I'm ready to learn and ready to work. So my hints, I'm just going to read through them. I could talk to someone. I could have a bit of a stretch. I could take a bit of a brain break. I could stand and perhaps go for a walk. I could just close my eyes and reflect. Now, in a moment, I've been sat down a very long time, so I'm going to go for a walk and see if I can wake myself up, ready to get back in that green zone, ready to learn. So have a think, talk to somebody next to you if somebody's next to you. What zone are you in? How can you get ready to learn and move yourself into that green zone? Check-in this morning is, because of the snow outside, would you rather build an igloo or a snowman? No. I'm not very good at building an igloo, so I think I would go for the igloo just to persevere and actually see if I could make one. Not saying I'd be very good at it, or that it would look as brilliant as it does in the picture, but I would give it a good go. So which one would you rather do and why? Tell the person next to you, perhaps write it down. Have you already done one of these things over the weekend? Have a think. Next on our list is work of the week. Now, thank you to all of those children who have been sending in their work and telling us via the phone calls. You've all been working extremely hard. So Mr Walker, Mrs Caneen, Miss Barnett and myself have all had the very hard job of choosing our work of the week this week. So for class 5, it's Sarah. Class 6, it's Esther A, and class 7, TJ, and class 8, Zahia. Your work clearly went above and beyond, and I will show you some examples of that in a moment. So very well done. I look forward to seeing all your hard work this week. So shout out for our super work. And this is just a few examples because, as I've said, we've received lots of work. I know all of your teachers and staff in school are extremely impressed with all the work you're sending in, so keep doing it and we'll keep celebrating it. So here's Esther A's English work, all about her recount, and then we've got Sarah's recount here, so some fantastic English work. And then moving on to year 3, Zahia has been doing lots of different work here. He's got his carousel work, so his reading, his spellings, his grammar, his history and his music. And then TJ, I know Mr Walker was very impressed with your PSHE poster. So learning all about personal hygiene. So well done to those children. House points. Now, as you know, staff across Lower Phase have been awarding house points for extremely good work. Okay, so remember, if you send it in to lowerphase@eastvillepride.co.uk, or you let an adult know when you're talking to them on the phone, they can still award you house points, and our system, SIMS, will be updated. So the winner with 2,439 house points this week is, let's have a drum roll, Saturn! Yay! Finally, Saturn, you've done me proud. As you know, Saturn is my house team. It's the one I always back. It's blue team for those who are unsure. So extremely well done if you're in Saturn. Mars, Jupiter and Neptune. Let's keep sending that work in so you can see if you're at the top next week. Right then, our core value for this term is all about care. So what do we mean and how can we show care? So caring is not just about doing something. You can be caring with your thoughts. You can care by spending time with somebody or even listening to them. You can be caring by giving someone a smile. okay? Especially if they're feeling a bit down, asking them why they're feeling down or sharing how they're feeling, perhaps giving them a few tips or hints from our zones of regulation. Perhaps that might be able to help them. So that's caring, so we can care for each other. We need to take care of ourselves in lots of different ways, and we take care for the environment. So myself, Mrs. Hilton as upper phase lead and Miss Lee as early phase lead, we're running a bit of a house point competition. And this house point competition is, or we are asking you to create a poster that shows how pupils at Eastfield show care. So email us your work or send a photograph in to lowerphase@eastfieldpride.co.uk, and we'll have a look at all of those posters and we'll see who our best one is, our shining poster. So how can we take care of each other, and what does it mean to take care, especially during this difficult time at the moment? So our assembly focus for today is all about Burns Night. Now today, the 25th of January, is Burns Night. So Scottish people will be celebrating this event, but what is it? So Burns Night is a festival to celebrate Scotland's most famous poet, a man called Robert Burns. Robert Burns wrote loads of different hundreds of poems, songs and letters. If you're very lucky and you get to stay up at midnight, or your parents might even be able to explain the song Auld Lang Syne. Now, at midnight, it's very traditional for people to all link hands, they cross hands, and they sing together, Auld Lang Syne. And it goes on for about 2 minutes. Now, that was written by Robert Burns, okay? So he's very famous, and the Scottish people celebrate him because he's a very famous poet. So he was born on the 25th of January 1759 in a village called Alloway in Scotland, and he died unfortunately on the 21st of July 1796, only aged 37. So let's find out how they celebrate Burns Night. So one of the main ways they celebrate it is with a traditional meal. So if we have a look at this picture here, look, I'll make it slightly bigger so we can just see it. Scottish may serve up this meal on Burns Night. It includes Scottish haggis, which is here. We've got mashed turnips called neeps. It's orange here. And then we've got potatoes, which they refer to them as tatties, okay, which are traditionally mashed too. So that's your typical Burns Night meal. Now, haggis is a bit like spicy mince, okay? It has onion, stock and other things in it too. Looks a bit like stuffing to me. Never been brave enough to try haggis, boys and girls. If you have, perhaps you could let me know what it tastes like. Now, people who really want to be traditional might even follow an official running order for their evenings, so they may hold speeches, poems and music. Others might just listen to some poetry or read some poetry. They could also hold some dancing events, and they will play traditional Scottish music played on the bagpipes. And as we can see here, it's a man in traditional Scottish wear playing the bagpipes. Just a reminder then, last thing for our assembly today is working at home. Now, I need you all to treat home learning the same as school learning. You all have a visual timetable. Follow it along your plan. Give yourself breaks when you need to. Okay, if you're starting to feel rather tired, or rather panicky or stressed, remember those tips for our zones of regulation. Get up, walk around, have a breather, close your eyes, go and talk to someone, and that will help you refocus to get your mind back in the green zone. Remember to watch the teaching videos on YouTube because that will help us, okay? So I'm just going to show you where these teaching videos are. So I've gone onto our school, Eastfield Primary School YouTube channel, which you've been able to access because you're watching our lower phase video. If we therefore click on, playlists, you can see here, look, that we've got Year 2 home learning and all of our videos. Oh, there seems to be an error, so I'll find out what's happened with that for today. Oh, there we go. There's Year 2 home video. And then we've got Year 3's home learning video here as well. If you've got any issues with finding any of the videos or need support, phone in, give us an email, and we are here to help you. Okay? And then last thing to remember, me, Mrs. Hilton, Miss Lee, Mrs. Hay and Mrs. Bird are at the Breakfast Club gate every Monday, okay? If you want to return your work with all your exercise books, bring it to us and we will assess it and we will give it back to you. Stay safe, everybody. It's been lovely to speak to you, sort of. It's not the same as holding a normal assembly. And I'm sure we'll all see each other again soon. Thank you.